In this video, we are going to be ranking all the final bosses in the 3D Mario games, starting with the very first Mario game.
Mario 64, you know?
Yeah, Super Mario 64, baby, the 1996 classic.
I used to hate this game, and then like I was forced to play it by you like 13 times for various videos. It grew on me. I ended up liking it. My only thing about this final boss is that it's reused multiple times, but it's fun and it's difficult, but it is reused a lot, which limitations given, yeah, but you know, do you reuse one too many times?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was reused, but it was different, you know? You can't say that it was the same copy-paste. At least they spiced it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the new Super Mario Bros. Series where you just have to jump on a button and then Bowser falls off the bridge. At least they spiced it up, you know?
How did they spice it up, bro?
Well, listen, bro. So first of all,
whoa,
no.
Like,
so first of all, it's more difficult.
Okay.
Compared to the first two, where you only have to hit Bowser on the spike once, you gotta hit him 3 times in this one. And then Bowser also destroys the platform, the battlefield on the after the second hit. So he turns you into a star-shaped platform. So you can't lie, bro. It's a little difficult for a kid to get done.
It was difficult. It was difficult for me as an adult, but I'm saying like the boss battle is cool, but like we're talking final bosses, right? It was reused a couple times. I say, in my personal opinion, it's an A.
Honestly, I'm gonna give this one a C.
Dang.
It could have been better.
I didn't think it was that bad, bro. What? Okay.
No. Listen, I was letting you cook, bro. You were cooking when you were saying reason. I was just playing devil's advocate. Low key, this is probably the worst final boss out of the bunch.
So see, man, I was trying to be okay. Listen, I said A to avoid the hate. But I do agree with you. I think it may be a B. It's not that bad. It's just, okay, the boss is unique. That's why I like it. You're not like hitting him. You're throwing him around in the circle and chucking him into a bomb. Like, I feel like.
And don't forget, he also does instant transmission too, and he has shockwaves.
He's Goku.
You know what I'm saying?
He's Goku.
Yeah, bro.
Put him in that, bro. Put him in that. What are you talking about?
He was the Jiren of Mario in Dragon Ball Z. Like, bro, legit, as a kid, this was peak. If you could beat Bowser without dying, like, you were a goated gamer as a child.
We both folded under zero pressure. we heard instant transmission. We both got hyped. So what are we saying for this? I think it's a B.
You think it's a B? You know what, bro?
You think it's a B?
Bowser, we'll give you a B. We'll give him a B.
All right, man. I mean, I think it's a good middle ground we have there. Now, Sunshine, I think this is straight like ass. Like, I don't know what the hell they were thinking here. I did not like this at all.
So this is the one where you're fighting Bowser while he's, you know, bathing in a giant bathtub of piss water.
And then Peach is chilling with him, like in that water, not really giving a crap that you're there. She's just like, yo, you're here.
And what was Bowser Jr. doing? Remind me.
He was chilling too.
Okay.
It's nothing too crazy, bro. Like, I'm just looking at it. You're not really fighting Bowser. You're just ground pounding stuff.
Exactly. This boss is not really fighting Bowser. You're honestly battling the bathtub of piss water than actually battling Bowser. You know, you're using Flood to go jump high in the air and then ground pound, and then just essentially you damage Bowser that way. So yeah, this one definitely is probably the most underwhelming one.
I think it's an F.
If we had to be fair, we have to give it an F, because the thing is, right, our ratings here have nothing to do with the rating of the actual game itself. This is just specifically the boss battle. So this was probably the worst one out of. And I know I said Mario 64, but I was just kidding. Mario 64's final boss was not the worst one. This one definitely is the worst one.
People forget about this one, how bad it is. I'm just wondering, like, Nintendo in the boardroom, they're just like, okay, the final boss of this game, Sunshine, like the sequel to 64, what are we gonna do? Big boss battle with a bunch of piss water. Great idea, send it forward.
I mean, it was definitely easy.
Bro.
As a kid, I would say, like, it was very relieving to, like, fight an easy boss, because Sunshine is one of the more difficult 3D Mario games, I would say.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably the most difficult of the bunch.
Yeah.
If you're 100%ing it.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I mean, yeah, there's not really much discussion after that. It's just, I don't know what they were thinking here, but okay. Next is 3D Land.
3D Land. And let me just say this, bro. As of the day we're recording this video, it is 3D Land's 14th anniversary.
Oh, for real?
November 3rd, 2011 is when this game came out. And the fact that, listen, bro, this was on 3DS, a handheld console. Not only did the game live up to expectations back when it came out, it held up. Today it aged like fine wine. Not that I drink wine, but it aged like fine wine, bro.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
Listen, the final boss of this game is really good.
Because
I really like it. Yeah, bro. They give you like, it reminds me of the final battle of Ocarina of Time, and then they also throw in some elements from like Donkey Kong where Bowser's throwing barrels, and then also Mario having to avoid Bowser's fire blasts while he's climbing up the tower to get to where Peach is at, tied up on the flagpole. I would honestly rate this one
I would say
an S tier.
S tier? Okay, so I feel like S tier is something that wows you, right? I think this is just a good one. I don't think it's like, I think it's an A, but like, okay, with this one, it's like, it's memorable, it's a fun, but it's like, you're still fighting Bowser like one-on-one. Like think like I'm jumping the gun here. Think Mario Galaxy 2. You're like in a space battle and it's sick. You're like just falling into a black hole and you're shooting meteors at him. This is like,
I agree with you, but
but
the thing is, bro, the reason I say it's an S tier is because just the whole lead up of the boss, like, okay, so when you get into Bowser's castle and then you finally confront Bowser, and then Bowser destroys the platform that you're standing on where Peach is at, you literally have to climb all the way back up to where Peach is at. And when you're playing this for the first time, you're literally going through a rush of adrenaline, because it's like that, like stressful to like, you know, try to avoid and evade Bowser to try to get to the top. You know, you have to, there's a mix of platforming, avoiding Goombas, avoiding Bowser. Yeah, it's not a head-on fight where you're actually fighting against Bowser 1v1, but it's like, that would be like, when you really think about it, if Mario and Bowser really went at it, Bowser would kill Mario. Like, he would just stomp him, breathe fire on him, and he would eviscerate him just like that. But I recently played this game literally not even like a month ago, and I still felt that same rush of anxiety and adrenaline trying to escape Bowser and making it to the end. Whereas I could tell you for a fact, Galaxy 1 and 2 don't give me that. They don't give me that feeling, because I would say the bosses are so easy. They're underwhelming.
Yeah, I'll put it in S. You know what? You made a good point. But yeah, speaking of Galaxy, these two, Galaxy 1 is underwhelming.
Very underwhelming.
That one, because it's the same thing as Super Mario 64, where it reused the boss, but this is 2007. It doesn't have the excuse anymore of being like, how do you say it, like limited by technology as much as 64 was, because 64 had like a space issue. Mario Galaxy didn't, and they reused the same boss for the final boss. So I think like, of it itself, it's like, it's fun, but it's not a grand finale. So I'd put it at B at best. I think it's maybe a C, but like, I'm thinking generously here. The maximum I'll put it is at B, because like, you know, Mario Galaxy is just an amazing game. It's like peak the whole way through, but just the bosses in that game are just like, I don't know what, that's not all of them, like some of them are just like, what the fudge. Also the music in that game, people forget like half the soundtrack is like techno electronic music and it sucks. People overhype the music.
No way, bro.
That's a whole different conversation.
Galaxy?
Bro, people overhype the orchestrated music and it's like techno music, bro. The techno music sucks so much, bro.
Nah,
we're
bro,
not talking
you're
about
tweaking, bro. Mario Galaxy is peak, bro. Is one of the most goated Mario games ever. It's one of the most goated games in my opinion.
I agree.
But I would agree with you on the fact that the boss battle is definitely very underwhelming, because they definitely did take a lot from Mario 64. It's very underwhelming, very easy. Like literally, you could beat it. If they made a prankster comment where you have to beat the final boss without taking any damage, it would be one of the easiest stars to get in the game for sure.
Yeah, honestly, I think I went through that boss battle without. Okay, I played it recently. I don't think I got any damage during that boss battle, so I agree with you. So, would you say like a C is good for it? Because like I don't like the when I play the game, I'm just like, I'm not looking forward to the final boss ever. So, would you put it at a C?
I mean, At a C?
At a C. I mean, bro, there's nothing to it, in my opinion, and it's reused like 3 times. This is the 3rd time it's reused at the final boss. It's like, this is Mario Galaxy.
But the thing is, it's like Mario 64. It's reused, yes, but that's only for the first phase. But then in phase 2 and phase 3, you have to hit Bowser once or twice. Yeah, 2 times. But it's like in phase 2, you have to hit him with the punching bag, the green punching bag thingy that springs. And then in phase 3, you just have to like get him to crack the glass where he lands in the lava.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's definitely an easy boss, a very underwhelming easy boss. I don't know if I would say
C is too low. B is good. C is way too low.
I would say B. Yeah,
I agree.
It's not like
B is
that
good.
bad.
Because I used to remind me of one of the parts that's kind of cool. I like that part where like he's spinning around and you have to like time your hit as he's like going across like the globe. Or the planet, and you have to like, you know, follow him around. I think that part was pretty cool.
But yeah, I would say B is a good spot. It's akin to like the Mario 64 one.
I just don't like how it's reused too much. But it is what it is. Now Mario Galaxy 2, I liked it because of it. So the boss, the boss, if you remember, it is reused, but then they add something to it, and that added thing is so cool, and like a switch up, because like back then a lot of games didn't do like that switch up ending much. This had a really cool switch up ending where like you're about to like, grab the star, and then like he just comes out of nowhere and starts like, you know, harassing you, and then you're both falling into a black hole. And it's not difficult, but I think it's just like, it's cool because the difficult part is already over, and now it's like the cool part, and where you're just like hitting meteors at his face as he's trying to come towards you while you're both falling into a black hole. So I think, like, in my opinion, I put this at an A or an S. I think an A is more befitting because it's still a reused boss fight, but like, I think it's S because it's like, it's cool and it's fun to do. So what do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's definitely reused as well. A very easy boss, to say the least. And I do think, like you said, the switch up at the end, like before you grab the Grand Star, Bowser comes and then he snatches it, becomes ultra big or whatever, and then
you're
essentially trying to you're essentially trying to push him into the black hole by hitting those golden rocks on him. It's nice to see that they definitely switched it up from Galaxy, but it's more of the same concept where you're like on a little planet. But I guess it's like how much really could have they done, you know? Like, this isn't like a head-on battle against Bowser. I wouldn't really say any of the Mario 3D worlds or 3D games have head-on battles except for like one of them. I would say A or B.
I'm down with A. I think A. I think it's a cool factor of it, and like I think the fact that you're falling into a black hole is sick. So it's like, I think that's the cool part about it. But I do agree with you. It doesn't reach S. What I do think reaches S though is 3D World's final boss, because it's like a level. It's more of like a level final boss. You're not actually attacking Bowser, but like, first off, it's not reused, which is like, the bar is so low in the Mario boss fights. I'm really thinking about it. A lot of these are like kind of reused a lot. So the fact that it's not reused, and plus like you're climbing up a gigantic like tower, the music's sick, it's kind of difficult, and plus like Cat Bowser is something different. I feel like this is just like a fun final boss, and also it's like, it's memorable too. And I feel like it's a good conclusion to 3D World. 3D World's like an amazing game, and it's like, it's an amazing final boss. So I feel like it does put, you know, the nail in the coffin, and it's like, okay, like, that's wraps, right? And it's like, you always remember it, and it's fun too, and difficult. I said that already, but I'm gonna re-say it again. Fun, difficult. So what do you think?
No, I agree, bro. Because see, if anything, 3D World just plays off of 3D Land. 3D Land, they did it right. 3D World is literally 3D Land, but on a console. And like you said, the final boss is essentially just a level with the final boss. I remember, and I'll never forget, the first time I saw Bowser become Meowser. I was like, oh my god, Bowser's wearing the cat bell, and he became like Cat Bowser, but obviously now we know him as Meowser. And the level is exhilarating, just like 3D Land. The same exact feelings I get playing 3D Land's final boss, I get the same feelings playing 3D World, because it can be difficult if you mess up. You know, you're trying to essentially make it to the top without Bowser hitting you. When Bowser uses the copy ability, and then he starts copying himself, and you have like, you know, a dozen different Meowsers coming at you from different angles, and you don't know exactly where they're coming at you from. You're essentially platforming and navigating the level, which is essentially the essence of Mario, you know, 3D platforming, while also avoiding the final boss, because it's a no-brainer. If Mario goes against Meowser, bro, Meowser would kill Mario, like without a doubt. So it's not even about Mario trying to defeat him. It's about Mario trying to essentially avoid and evade him until, you know, something comes along where he could use to defeat him, like the power block at the end. So I think this one's an S tier, and very similarly to 3D Land, this is one that I don't think I'll ever forget, no matter how long I play the game. Whereas Galaxy 1 and 2, it's just like, over time you'll forget it because they're not just that memorable.
And you're not playing like Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 for the final boss. You're playing it for like the main game, then the final boss.
For the main
like,
game, exactly. Exactly.
So so I agree. I think it's easy S. Well, I don't know. So in Mario Odyssey, right? Are we counting the final boss as when you're capturing Bowser as well? So we're counting that, correct?
I mean, technically that would be like, technically that wouldn't be the final boss.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
it's still the final level.
Yeah, I say we don't count it.
Yeah. Because we didn't count Mario 64's like
level.
You know, Bowser in the Dark Sky. So it wouldn't be fair.
If that's the case, I think this is a C. So I say my rating first because like when I was playing this game, bro, this game was like, okay, well, when I was playing this game, I was like 13, right? So it was like a core memory Mario game. In 13, the bosses I was so disappointed in. Like the Bowser bosses, I'm just like, what the fudge? Like, why? Because they reused the final boss as like, they reused it straight up. There's not much changing. So what changed, if you don't remember, what changed was like they added like more purple hats. If you remember some of his attacks, they added more projectiles, and also they made him spin his tail like once or twice more.
Once or two times more,
So I'm just thinking about that, bro. Okay, like you're talking about the best Mario game, and then you reuse the boss 3 times. Like once in the Cloud Kingdom.
Yeah.
2 times or 3? Yeah, 3 times.
It was just once in the Cloud Kingdom.
Oh yeah, that's even worse, bro. That's an excuse, man.
Only 1 time.
Okay, yeah. This is like, I was disappointed. The boss battles here were creative as hell. Like, you're telling me like all they could have done was like reuse the same boss in the same arena? Like, come on. I say C, maybe B for the vibes and the F of it, so I don't piss people off. But like, what the fuck happened here?
I would agree. I would say C because it could have been better. But I think with Super Mario Odyssey, I think I don't think they were putting too much emphasis on the final battle itself. I think they were kind of saving the capture of Bowser at the end of the boss, where you have to like escape from the moon, or like from the core of the moon, is like essentially like the main meat of the final section of the game, technically. But yeah, I agree with you. It was very underwhelming. I just played Odyssey recently too, and I was like, yo, this final boss is a joke. And like you said, it was just the extra purple hats, and I already knew like it was gonna be more spins because I remembered that from my original playthrough of Super Mario Odyssey, so it was something that I was anticipating. But it's very much akin to, I guess, Super Mario 64. I guess now looking at it, if we're giving this a C, we probably should give Mario 64 a C. But I don't know, bro. Like,
Mario 64 changed more.
I guess Mario 64 did change because at least the platform was broken. Well, technically
he became Goku.
Technically he was also doing instant transmission the second time you fought him.
Okay, but this time, I think the last time also like the platform went crazy. The platform also became like a star.
Yeah, that made it more difficult to like actually hit Bowser like, on one of those spikes, and then having to hit him 3 times. Whereas this one, it's literally you hit Bowser 3 times.
It's the exact same fight.
It's the exact same as the first fight. Yeah.
So I
guess C is good.
Yeah, I think C is good. So now, if you remember, Bowser's Fury, which people forget it's a 3D Mario game for some reason, but Bowser's Fury, the final boss fight for that, when you get on Plessy, and you start chasing after the cat bells. I don't personally, I think it's a cool boss, but I don't like it. I don't like the mechanics. I think it's too fidgety. Like, whenever I play, I'm just like, I don't really care for this too much. I just want to get to the post game. It's like, for me, when I play this, I always like think it's a barrier to the post game that I have to get over. But it's a cool boss fight for the play. If you're playing this for the first time, it's sick. But you have to play this boss fight a lot within the main game to 100%.
I think it's
like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, 2 or 3 times you gotta play it, and it's like, it's a drag the second and third time because the mechanics are slow. Also, on the original Switch, this lagged like crazy. I know we're not talking like the performance here, but like when the main portion, the main time frame when I played this game, it was like the most laggy piece of crap ever during this boss fight, and it's like it ruined it. It was at some points it got 5 frames per second. I'm just like, bro, I'm playing a slideshow. I was like, God damn, move faster, bro, and I can't, bro. It's this freaking slideshow pissing me off thinking about it, bro. So it's like I think it's cool. I put it at B max. I think
Whoa, B, okay, B. Bro. After all that talk, I'm thinking you're gonna throw it in the F comfortably, bro.
You know, okay, but it is.
Listen,
cool.
I got a lot to say. I think Bowser's Fury is one of the best Mario games ever to exist. I know it's like a lot of people don't really like to classify it as a 3D Mario game because it's more like of a blueprint of a game. It's not really that much of a game. You could comfortably beat it easily 100% in like, if you're good, in 3 hours. But for most casual players, in like 5-6 hours. I do agree that the final boss and even all the Bowser fights in between were just the most annoying part. Every time Bowser is rising, I'm always like, oh my god, bro, like let me just find a shine to get him to go away, because it would just be so annoying. I would just want to focus on collecting cat shines and not fighting Bowser. And then once I would actually start fighting Bowser, I would essentially just want to get over it. And it's not that the final boss battle is or the battle against Bowser is bad. I thought it was such a sick idea having like Giga Cat Mario going up against Fury Bowser, and especially like fighting him in the overworld of the map. Like you get to like see all the areas and levels and sections, and you're just like, you know, Godzilla versus King Kong. But I think what made it bad was just the constant repetition of it, you know? If it was a one and done, like, you know, this is something you have to do at the end of the game, I think we would all appreciate it on a much higher level. But I think it's just because of the fact that it's like so repetitive that what is the real final boss? The real final boss is literally fighting Fury Bowser with silver hair, and then you go into this phase where you're riding Plessy and then having to like
and a slideshow. It's a slideshow. It's a slideshow, bro.
Exactly, and it's like, again, you play it once, the first time it's cool, it's fun, but like when you have to do it multiple times in the game and there is no difference between the first time you do it and the last time you do it, it's like, okay, like it's really just like a limitation between you and actually like being able to, going back to playing the game and collecting shine. So I would honestly have to rate this one an F rank.
An F rank? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think it's a C, because like when I think F rank, I think of Sunshine. Sunshine is straight, like due to water, like no pun intended.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, it has to be a C. There's no way it's comparable to Sunshine.
Yeah, so it's literal piss water. So I mean, if we had a D rank, I would put it in a D. But yeah, I wonder what the next Mario game will be. You think? I mean, like, bro, if we put DK Bonanza real quick. If DK Bonanza was here, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna spoil it. Don't worry. But it would be an S tier. I think DK Bonanza is an S tier. But once you play it, it'll be an S tier. I mean, it's not. I know it's technically not a 3D Mario game, but like in my opinion, like you can throw it in there. I think it will be the best.
The way they did the final boss, like I heard great things about it. People have always said that the ending was special. Yeah, it's crazy how both Super Mario 3D Land and 3D World ended up as S tier.
Yeah, literally. The two least popular, I think, like when it comes to 3D Mario games, those two are the least like favorite ones besides Sunshine.
No, bro, are you kidding me? Super Mario 3D World.
Okay, I'm saying
numbers.
I know, but I'm saying like favorite, bro. Whenever someone says best 3D Mario game, people always say like Odyssey, 64, Galaxy. People will say they love 3D World and 3D Land, but I'll never be like their favorite game. But it's funny how the best, in my opinion, in our opinions, the best 3D Mario final boss fights are those two games. Now recently, like Nintendo has been making like the ending of all their games like crazy. Like remember Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild wasn't like a crazy ending, but like the recent games, bro, they're trying to make like their endings like insane. So
bro.
Pokemon Legends ZA, insane ending. Like all these, they're trying to like make it like clapping in the end. I don't know what that.
Bro, 2026 is the year, bro. Yeah. Mark my words. 2026. We're gonna hear something from Nintendo. All right, guys. There you have it. Our tier list for 3D Mario games. Let us know if you agree, disagree, and why. And how would your tier list look like? Thanks for watching, and we will catch you all in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Peace.